Hello everyone, this is Venom, and we are back with another Monster Hunter video. I do want to apologize, it has been a couple of weeks, but my family and I have been sick. There's been pneumonia going around, it was pretty bad, but we are back, and I'm making more Monster Hunter videos. So, today, I want to go over some useful skills for new and returning players. I'm not going to go over quite an entire buildcraft video on how to buildcraft, I might do that one next, but I'm going to go over some useful skills that are going to be helpful for you newer players, and some of you returning players who may have been gone for a while. Now, first things first, before we begin this list of skills, we're going to be doing a little memorial here. We have lost 2 skills this generation. Let's go ahead and give our skills health and stamina a moment of silence. God, I'm already. Okay, so yeah, health and stamina were actually 2 skills that have actually been around in Monster Hunter since the beginning, and to be honest, it kind of feels weird to not have them. Now, you do still get health and stamina whenever you make a meal. You can see here on the right side of the screen, if I cook, no matter what the recipe is, you're going to get 50 health and 150 stamina. It seems like they're trying to move away from having those skills altogether. Now, as of right now, you can't slot those in. You used to be able to. Now you can just eat for them, and they're just automatically maxed out. You see, in previous games, you not only had the skill gems and the skills on your armor, but whenever you cooked, you didn't automatically get, 50 health and 150 stamina. Actually, you would have to upgrade your kitchen and kind of progress through the game to actually get that much. So, they've gotten rid of all of that. They've gotten rid of the skills. They have gotten rid of the progress towards cooking. So, yeah, we're going to say goodbye to a fallen friend. It has been there since the very beginning, health and stamina. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to just take them out completely or what, or they're going to come back in the next generation, but let's go ahead and hop in and talk about the actual skills today. Alright, the first skill is going to be Divine Blessing. A Divine Blessing has a chance to reduce the damage you take by 15, 30, or 50% depending on the level. Divine Blessing is one of those things that pops off a lot more than you would think. It's not like a 10% chance. We're talking like a 30 to like 50% chance that it's going to reduce the damage you take. So it's damn near cutting the damage you're taking by about a quarter over the total of your hunt, if my math is correct. But a very, very powerful skill. I have it on all of my armor whenever I can get it. You actually start off the game with it, I believe. Let me double check here. I believe one of the hopes that you start with actually has Divine Blessing. There we go. The helmet does not. There we go. Yeah, the chest piece. So yeah, the very beginning set you've got has got Divine Blessing on it. It's good in the early game. It's good in the end game. In fact, I'd say unless you're like a frame perfect in-game speedrun player, Divine Blessing is going to be your friend. Now, if you don't care about the fence at all, Divine Blessing is not going to be really for you. But if you care about the fence, you care about taking less damage, Divine Blessing is where you want to go. Next up, we've got the Earplug skill. Now, earplugs is a skill I really, really love. It's more of a utility skill. It's not going to help your defense. It won't help your offense. What it's going to do, it's going to reduce the effect of a monster's roar on you. It actually says reduces the effect of weak monster's roar for level 1, nullifies weak roars, and reduces the effect of strong roars for 2, and nullifies all roars for 3. Whenever a monster roars, you kind of get stunned and knocked out of your combinations. Technically, you can block it. Well, you used to be able to block it, and you don't seem to be able to do it now, or it's a little weird how you do it. You could roll through it. You could just go ahead and take the hit, or you put on the earplugs and just not have to worry about getting stunned at all. I actually like it. I like making builds that are more utility than they are offense or defense. I like not having roars stop me. I like to be able to guard against everything. I like to kind of have some comfortability when I'm fighting. And earplugs is one of those things that I really, really like. In fact, in the older games, earplugs and windproof were 2 skills that I really, really liked. When monsters would take off flying, the wind would actually push you back. It was much more pronounced in the older games than they are now. So earplugs and windproof my go-to. Earplugs now. And now that windproof is not as needed. Earplugs is just, I love it so much. Against any monster, damn near. It is a must-have. If you hate getting stunned, or if you just want to try it out, I'm telling you, you're going to feel so free. You're going to see everybody else stunned while the monster's roaring. You're just going to keep going into your combos. And yeah, technically speaking, not a big deal. It's not like it's damaging you, and when the monster's done roaring, you can move again. But people with earplugs, we're doing our combo the entire time everybody else is stunned, so we're still putting in damage. It's really nice. Next up, for your defensive weapons, we got 2 skills you're definitely going to need. Well, one's kind of optional, but one you really need. And the first one is going to be Guard. Guard reduces knockbacks and stamina depletion when guarding. You will get knockback less, and you'll use less stamina when you're guarding. And level 1 reduces stamina by 15%, level 2 is 30, and 3 is 50, and then each level also reduces the impact. If you got a guard weapon, like a lance or a sword or shield, you do want to go ahead and get your guard skill up. Now, keep in mind that as far as weapons goes, there's about 3 levels of guard. There is your low, mid, and high guard. Now, it's kind of changed a little bit in Wilds, but generally speaking, something like the sword and shield is going to have the lowest amount of guard. Something like the charge blade would be mid guard. I like that. And the lance and gun lance are going to have the highest base guard in the game. Well, the guards can go further than that by getting on the guard skill. So go ahead and put that on, and then pair that with the guard up skill. The guard up skill allows you to block unblockable damage. Now, it doesn't stop you from taking damage anymore. Before you could just block it, you wouldn't take any damage usually. Now it reduces that damage by 30, 50, and 80%. There are some attacks in the game you just cannot block. For something like the lance that's got different guard points in it, or like the charge blade, anything that's got like gun points or counters, you're definitely going to want to have guard up so you can actually counter through there. Lance is going to be the perfect example because there are quite a few attacks, or there are some beams, there are some attacks that are going to be unblockable without the guard up skill, and with that you're going to be able to go ahead and counter through them or block those attacks. So guard up for your defensive weapons. These are going to be 2 must-have skills. Next up, we've got defense. Now, people are split on defense whenever I kind of hear people talking about it. Some people like it, some people don't. Defense is one that I would definitely say if you're going to build into it all the way. Now, defense has got 7 levels, and to really get the most out of it, you really want to get those higher levels. Now, levels 1 and 2, you're just getting 5 and 10 defense. It's really 3 and past 3 is when you're really going to get the most out of it, because then you're going to start getting percentages. At level 3, you get 5% on top of the flat 10 bonus, and then past that, 4 onward, you're not only going to be getting increasingly more defense, you're going to start getting elemental resistance as well. I typically run 7 defense, so that means I'm also getting the 10% bonus. I'm getting an additional 35 bonus on top of that, and all my all my elemental resistance is going to be up an additional 5 points. So defense boost is a good one, but you really don't want to go partially into it unless you just got like a couple small slots left. You can go ahead and slot some in. Defense is one that if you can build into it, try to build into it all the way. Next up, we got 2 more that are going to kind of go hand in hand. We've got the medicine jewel and the recovery jewel. Now, the medicine jewels, it increases how much you recover. So whenever you use like a potion or something, however much you normally recover, well, you will recover more. So you can basically damn near turn a regular potion into a mega potion if you max out this skill. The second one's going to be the recovery jewel. That's going to be the speed at which you recover. It's going to be the speed at which you recover the red health gauge on your bar. So if you take damage, you got that red bar, that red damage on there. Well, it's going to increase how quickly that goes back up. So very good one to have. It's great for survivability. Medicine, most definitely. If you don't really care about the red bar or you can only choose one or the other, I would definitely go medicine. That way you get the absolute most out of all your potions. Next up, for all you multiplayers out there, for people playing multiplayer, if you ever run into an issue where a longsword player or even a charge blade player or any player is kind of knocking you around, you can't get your combos off, well, there is a way to stop them from doing that. There's no setting to turn off, but instead you want to slot this skill in. It's going to be the brace jewel or flinch free. Now, it's well known for vets that if you want to make sure your combos aren't interrupted, you want to have at least 1 level of flinch free or the brace jewel on. Doing so will prevent you from getting tripped up by other players. So if you're playing online, make sure you've got a brace jewel on, at least level 1. That will prevent you from getting knocked around by players, and you will be able to do your combos without any issue. So brace is going to be one that it's not necessarily for a build. It's going to be for you to be able to play on multiplayer without getting messed up. Now, for you farmers out there, the Geologist Jewel is going to be a must-have. It's going to increase how much stuff you can gather. Now, level 1 of Geology will give you 1 extra item when you gather from bone piles. 2 is going to give you an additional item when gathering special items. And 3 is going to give you 1 additional item whenever you are mining outcrops. Next up, another oldie but goodie, and that's going to be Part Breaker. Now, at levels 1, 2, and 3, Part Breaker is going to give you an additional 10, 20, and 30% extra damage dealt to parts on a monster that'll help you break those parts off. So if you're trying to break monster parts, if you're trying to farm, go ahead and put Part Breaker on, max it out, and do an additional 30% damage to those parts. That'll help you break them quicker and make your hunts go a lot easier. Now, the last set of skills I want to talk about is going to be a couple kinds. One are going to be the anti-skills, and the others are just going to be the straight-up elemental skills. Let's go ahead and start with the elemental skills. Now, elemental skills or gems, they come in two forms. They got the resistance and they've got the attack ones. It's going to do exactly that. It's going to increase the elemental damage you do and decrease the elemental damage you take. And then finally, we've got the anti-jewels. We've got like Antidote and Anti-Para. These are literally going to reduce the duration of status effects or make you completely immune to them. So for example, I've got Anti-Para here. At level 1, it'll reduce the duration of paralysis by 30%. Level 2, 60%. And at level 3, you will be immune to being paralyzed. Same with the Antidote jewel. At level 3, we will not be able to get poisoned. You'll be prevented. Steadfast will prevent you from getting stunned. Suture will prevent you from bleeding. These are all really good jewels that if you're going to be going up against monsters that do these different status effects, you can go ahead and slot 3 of those in, become immune to them, and not have to worry about it again. Alright, and that is just some basic skills to go ahead and look out for your first time playing Monster Hunter or for you returning vets. I will go over some more additional skills later on, more than likely. There are some that are specific to Monster Hunter Wilds. There are some that are specific to weapon and gear sets, and there are some that you only find in like 1 or 2 sets. So we might go over some of that later. Like I said, I do want to go ahead and finish fighting all the monsters. I want to finish up all my armor sets, and I want to go ahead and finish up. I'm not fighting Mitsuna yet. I've been so busy with life and people being sick that I haven't even got to fight Mitsuna yet. I've got my full set of the new Zosha. I forgot how to say it. The final boss's armor, I got it. I do still need to make a weapon and make an alternative chest piece, but I do got that. I need to do Mitsuna next. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Thank you all for coming by, and I will see you all on the next hunt.